Hello, I'm Nancy Strickland, and this video demonstrates some ways that developers can work with the new Windows 7 libraries. I'll be doing this demo in C# and then post both the C# and the Visual Basic code on my blog at blogs.itmentors.com/Nancy. Okay, let's start. First of all, I'm guessing that most of you have seen libraries by now. They're the main way that users interact with their data in Windows 7. The idea is that a library aggregates content of a single kind, like images here, or music, or documents, that are the data is physically located in different folders. So a library is like a logical folder that a user can go to find a particular kind of data, all in one place, no matter where it's physically located on the machine. So as users learn to think of a library as the place where they should be able to find all their data, then developers need to learn to work with libraries. Even though it looks to a user like a library has their data, libraries don't actually store anything, no items. They just provide a single access point. When a user saves a file to a library, it's actually going to whichever one of the aggregated folders is the default folder. So developers are going to need to learn how to do things to work with libraries and to manipulate libraries in code. Things like setting the default save location of the library, or adding folders to the library, and other kinds of manipulations. So here's how to do that. I've opened Windows Explorer so that you can see the default libraries, and I'm going to open the Pictures library. You can see up here that it aggregates two folders, the current user's Pictures folder, that's this one here, and then the public Pictures folder, that's this one down here. And now I'm going to open this little application. Let me show you the code behind the click event. First, notice over here that I've added references to Microsoft Windows API Code Pack and Microsoft Windows API Code Pack.shell. Those are part of the Windows API Code Pack, which is a free download from MSDN. You download it and install it to a folder of your choice, and then add the references from there. And then up here at the top, I've added using statements for both of those namespaces. Now when I click the button down here, you can see that I load a shell library, in this case it's the Pictures library, into an object variable of type shell library. Now the Boolean here at the end is required, and false means that that library is going to be writable. A true here would make it read-only. I would be loading it into that object, but it would be read-only. And then I'm just printing out what the default save folder is, just to show that you can get that information. And then I'm going to get myself an enumerator for my library and store it in an enumerator interface type, and then use it to iterate through the library, through the group of folders that are aggregated into the Pictures library to show all the folders that are currently in it. And then I'm going to use the add method of my library to add a new folder to the group of folders that are part of the Pictures library. I've just provided a path to it there. And then I've got just a little message box just to show that yes, it happened successfully. So if your application included a folder of pictures, you could use this method to make sure that it was accessible to the user in the standard way that a Windows 7 user is going to expect to be able to see pictures in the Pictures library. Okay, now let me run it. First of all, we get our message box showing the current default save folder, which you can see is the personal Pictures folder for the current user. And then we have our iteration through the folders that are currently included as part of the library. And that's My Pictures, the personal Pictures folder, and public Pictures. And then finally, here's the message box to tell us that the new folder's been added. So to see that that's true, I'll go here to Windows Explorer again and look at the Pictures folder, and look, it now shows that it includes 3 locations. So I've got My Pictures and public Pictures, and down here at the end, New Pics. And so there you have it, an introduction to working with Windows 7 libraries in less than 7 minutes.